Stop everything. What I'm about to reveal could shake the foundation of the NFL as we know it. Something so monumental, so explosive in its implications, that it's just sitting in the shadows waiting to explode into the mainstream. I've got verified, rock-solid sources close to the front offices, and what they just confirmed is nothing short of mind-blowing. We're talking about a player of such elite caliber, a game changer, a defensive superstar, one of the finest safeties in the entire league, whose name right now is the hottest kept secret in NFL circles. But believe me when I say what I'm about to tell you will make NFL history. A blockbuster deal in the works for a player whose impact transcends stats, transcends highlight reels, and could instantly catapult the New York Giants into the top tier of contenders in 2026. The chaos behind the scenes is unprecedented. Phones ringing off the hook in confidential meetings. High-stakes negotiations happening under the radar. Secret jets flying across the country, encrypted calls bouncing around between GMs and agents, an absolute frenzy of activity. And all of it, I promise, points to one player who's about to be traded to the Giants in what could be the most shocking move of the offseason. The whispers are growing louder. The insiders are buzzed. The football world is on the edge of its seat, desperate for answers. Who is this player? Why is everyone talking about him? And what does this mean for the NFL landscape? Make no mistake, what I'm about to tell you is not just a rumor. My sources on the inside, top-tier NFL executives, well-placed personnel, have confirmed that a deal is almost done. And the player in question, well, if you thought the Giants were just rebuilding, just adding some pieces, think again. They're going all in. They're making a statement. This move will send shockwaves through every franchise, every division, and every fanbase. Trust me when I say the next 48 hours are going to be crucial. Because what's happening behind closed doors right now could change the face of the NFL forever. Now, let's set the stage. This isn't just about adding a safety. It's about acquiring a disruptive force, an elite, versatile, hard-hitting, game-changing talent who's been a cornerstone of his defense, someone whose name is whispered in awe in NFL circles. But hold tight, because the real story is yet to come. For now, just keep your eyes peeled because what I'm about to drop will make your jaw hit the floor. The New York Giants, after a tumultuous roller coaster season, are no strangers to rebuilds. But this time, it's different. They're not just patching holes, they're designing a fortress. The franchise, under the strategic eye of GM Joe Schoen, has been scouring every corner of the NFL, searching for that one piece, a game changer, that can elevate their defense from middling to menacing. They've been working in absolute secrecy, engaging in high-powered meetings with top agents, flying under the radar with private jets, meeting in undisclosed locations, each move meticulously calculated. Their goal? To assemble a squad that can contend for a Super Bowl within the next 2 seasons. And here's the sweet irony. Their biggest target isn't a quarterback, isn't a wide receiver. They're zeroing in on a defensive superstar, someone who can change the course of a game with a single play. They've examined film, analyzed stats, listened to analytics reports, and the consensus is clear. This guy is a game winner. They've been aggressively pursuing him, even as rival teams circle, trying to block the deal, throwing last-minute offers, engaging in backroom haggling that's almost theatrical in its intensity. And then they found HIM, someone whose name has been whispered in NFL corridors as a future All-Pro, a player whose impact in the secondary is comparable only to the very best in league history. But the real shocker. This player is currently still wearing the uniform of a division rival. Yes, the deal is still under wraps, but the signs are glaring. It's happening. It's imminent. The Giants are on the verge of pulling off a trade that will redefine their defense, and maybe even their entire season. Now let's get right into the heart of the matter. I'm talking about Jaquan Brisker. Yes, Jaquan Monty Brisker, a name that until recently was just a promising safety for the Chicago Bears. But now, he's on the brink of becoming a New York Giant. And trust me, this isn't a typical trade. This could be the most strategic, high-value, game-changing acquisition of the entire offseason. Let's dissect Brisker from every angle, because his stats, his style of play, and his potential are nothing short of extraordinary. Jaquan Brisker, at just 26 years old, has already established himself as a force in the NFL secondary. He's built like a linebacker, standing approximately 6'1", weighing around 210 pounds, and he plays with the ferocity and intelligence of a seasoned vet. From his days at the University of Pennsylvania, an Ivy League powerhouse, Brisker was known for his versatility, an athletic marvel capable of playing both in the box and in coverage. The Bears saw it too, drafting him in the second round, 48th overall in 2022, and from day one he was a starter. In his NFL career, Brisker has quickly become a cornerstone of Chicago's defense, especially in run support, where his tackling skills are elite. Last season alone, 2025, he played all 17 games, a testament to his durability after dealing with injury issues earlier in his career. He compiled 93 total tackles, with 66 solo hits, numbers that scream every down player. But what truly makes him stand out are his instincts and big play ability. In the playoffs, in a pivotal NFC divisional matchup against the Rams, Brisker exploded with 14 tackles, 2 pass deflections, a tackle for loss, a QB hit, and an important sack, showcasing his ability to perform under pressure. His coverage stats, however, have been a mixed bag. Last season, opposing quarterbacks posted a 118.1 passer rating when targeting him, an area where he's vulnerable, and one that NFL scouts keep a close eye on. But raw stats don't tell the whole story. Brisker's elite run defense, his physicality, and his knack for big plays make him a top-tier safety, one capable of transforming a defense overnight. His contract, a rookie deal worth just $7.35 million over 4 years, an absolute steal considering his talent. Yet with free agency looming in March 2026, his market value skyrockets, estimates placing him at around $11.1 million per year. And that's where this gets interesting. The Bears, facing a cap shortfall of over $17 million, can't afford to re-sign him along with Kevin Byard III, who's also an exceptional safety and a Pro Bowl star. The team has prioritized Byard's return, especially after his NFL-leading 7 interceptions in 2025. But Brisker, with his combination of talent, youth, and potential, is precisely what makes this trade so explosive for the Giants. Imagine Brisker in the Giants' secondary, pairing him with Eddie Jackson or integrating him into their new defensive scheme under Joe Schoen and John Harbaugh. His versatility as a strong safety who can blitz, stop the run, and cover deep would fit seamlessly into their aggressive, scheming defense. His ability to read plays, combined with his physicality, makes him a nightmare for offenses. And when you consider his playoff performance, the Giants are salivating. A player like this, on a team that's rebuilding around young talent like Jackson Dart and Abdul Carter, could be the missing piece, the difference between a playoff team and a Super Bowl contender. Now, let's peel back the curtain and dive deep into the behind-the-scenes drama fueling this potential blockbuster. NFL insiders are buzzing, top league officials, personnel executives, and NFL analysts, who all agree that the Giants' interest in Brisker isn't just idle speculation. It's real, it's aggressive, and sources close to the GM have confirmed the negotiations are at an advanced stage. They've been looking at adding a dynamic playmaker in the secondary for months. They've gone through countless scenarios, but Brisker has always remained their top target. And why wouldn't he be? His production, his age, his upside, everything fits the blueprint of a Giants rebuild. Top NFL authorities are praising the move. "This is a stroke of genius," says one respected league exec. "Brisker has just scratched the surface of his potential. He's a future Pro Bowler, and in the right system, he could be one of the league's best safeties very soon." And the Giants' front office isn't just looking for a player. They're assembling a fortress, a defense that can dominate at every level. As the trade talks heat up, rival teams are trying to block or complicate the deal. Rumors swirl that Chicago isn't eager to let him go without a major haul, including draft picks, young players, and possibly conditional future picks. Meanwhile, within the Giants' war room, the mood is electric. Coach John Harbaugh, known for his defensive mastermind skills, is ecstatic. His eyes are fixed on the prize, a player who can be a cornerstone for the next decade. The GM, Joe Schoen, working in the shadows, expertly navigating negotiations, has already outlined bonus clauses that will reward Brisker for big plays and playoff success. Insane incentives that make this not just a trade, but a full-blown investment in future greatness. And let's talk about the logistics. What will this mean for the cap space? The Giants, with their young core, still have room to maneuver. They might release or restructure contracts of veterans like Leonard Williams or even cut loose some aging contracts, making room to pay Brisker handsomely. The deal in terms of salary cap would be a calculated risk, an investment in youth, talent, and future superstardom. Now let's analyze the scheme fit. Brisker's versatility as a hybrid safety, covering deep, supporting the run, blitzing from the box, aligns perfectly with what the Giants are building under Harbaugh. His aggressive style complements the young linebackers and the emerging pass rush led by Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns. His aggressive tackling and big-hit ability would weaken any offense's confidence. Opponents would dread lining up against the Giants' secondary, knowing Brisker could be the ultimate equalizer, a game-breaker who can turn the tide in a flash. Statistically, next season, expect an even bigger jump. With more responsibility, more playmaking opportunities, Brisker could approach 100 tackles again, add a handful of interceptions, and become the centerpiece of the defense. In comparison to past NFL blockbuster trades, like when the Seahawks acquired Earl Thomas, or when the Rams snagged Jalen Ramsey, Brisker's trade would be right up there in terms of impact. A young, ascending star, still on his rookie deal, now in a perfect system, this deal has all the makings of a blockbuster. This is more than just a rumor. It's about a seismic shift heading toward the NFL landscape. The Giants are making bold moves. They're not just dreaming of a Super Bowl, they're planning on owning the next decade. Brisker could be the catalyst that turns their franchise around, that ignites a new era of dominance. But the clock is ticking. The next 48 hours will define everything. The final signatures, the last-minute negotiations, the confidential calls, all happening right now behind the curtain. And here's the truth. Once this deal is sealed, once Brisker dons the Giants' jersey, everything changes. The narrative shifts, the betting odds shift. The entire league starts to tremble at the thought of what New York could become with this acquisition. So I ask you, are you ready? Because what's coming next could be the biggest NFL story of 2026. Stay tuned, stay hyped, and don't blink because this story is only just beginning. And when the dust settles, this trade, this move, will be remembered as one of the greatest in NFL history. Trust me, what I've just shared with you is only the beginning. Big things are happening. And the next chapter? Well, it's about to be written in bold, capital letters.